We have a special episode. We are here on stage at Mansion Builder Live, and we have some of our partners with us here, Shelly and Robbie Reid. So glad to have you guys with us.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's start from the beginning. Like, what's your guys' experience? What's your professional backgrounds?
Well, I've done 10 years in federal regulatory policy. I like to say that it would post most people to sleep, but I enjoy it. It's kind of legal work. No experience whatsoever in healthcare, but I do have an entrepreneurial spirit, have had a few other businesses, and have a background in strategic management. So all of those things I can bring to the project.
Yeah. And I've worked in heavy equipment sales for over 10 years now. So no background in healthcare, but I did have a soft spot. My mother has MS, and I've helped care for her throughout my teenage years and in the young adult life. And but the sales part of it was kind of good, kind of interesting to me. Okay, entrepreneurial, go after it, because when you're doing sales, you only get out what you put in. So that's kind of scratched this itch for us too here.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. You guys just jump right in, right? Take massive action.
Yep.
Was there any limiting belief in your mind that you had to overcome to say, like, okay, I can do this, or what was that looking like?
Well, we have a true partnership, and I am all about the big dream, go for it, and he keeps us grounded. So
Yeah.
I think there were some beliefs, can we do this? Is this really something that, we feel we can do? It's a much bigger project than we've ever done. So I think those were discussions, but we overcame them pretty quickly. I mean, watching your videos was extremely helpful, and just feeling like we could do it too.
Yeah. So tell me about where you guys are from and what's the area like where you have this land?
Yeah. So it's Culpeper, Virginia, a little small town that I've grown up in my whole life, and it was a little small dot on a map, suburb of DC, where everybody kind of has slowly come out of the bedroom community, and it's still rural, but it's still close enough to that Northern Virginia hustle and bustle where people can drive into. So.
Was it honestly that simple for y'all?
Yeah, we kind of had to pinch ourselves through it, because it was, and again, she's talking about me being the due diligence. Okay, well, checking all the boxes, making sure everything looked right, but it did, and we were like, okay, well, if this is what it's planned, this is the plan for it, then we're gonna keep moving. But
Yeah.
It did, just all planets aligned.
So, are you inside of the city? Are you more in the outskirts? Is it a rural area? Describe what that's like.
So we're in the country. We're outside of the county, or outside of the town limits rather. Probably about maybe 5 miles outside of town. So still close enough. We're close to the hospital. We're close to inside of town, but we're rural enough where you kind of got a little bit of that slowdown, a little bit of quietness, seclusion. So, yeah, it's right outside, but close enough.
Yeah. So what is your vision for the site, and what are you trying to get across to the grandmas as they're coming in?
I think just the home feeling. I think there's studies that show that our seniors age better if it's a home setting, if they're comfortable, not versus the institutionalized facility. So we want them to step into our mansions and on our property and just feel like there's peace there, that they're taken care of, that family is gonna be there to help them.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So 10 acres, you can build up to 4 mansions on this. Are you going to build all 4 at once, or are you doing in stages?
So we'll be starting with 1. I think that was the compromise with our risk-adverse partner here. But it's going to be a learning curve. We don't come from that background. We want to do it right. We want to nail it and scale it. Yeah. So once we have the first one, we want to move fairly quickly on the next phase, which would be 2 to 3, building 2 and 3, and then go from there.
So this land, 10 acres, talk to me about utilities and infrastructure and that kind of stuff as you are, you said 5 miles away from the heart of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we don't have access to sewer, but however, we do have a good plot to where we can do the drain field and build out from that. Electric's right, we got to jump right off of it. There's a line running off, so easy access. We've already had that quoted. That's pretty easy. Everything seems to be, I keep using the word easy, but easy enough to connect to and then and the infrastructure's there to build out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad, man. That some people have challenges in different areas, right? You guys have come in, knocked this part out of the park, right? But it does not mean it's going to be easy for everyone.
Right.
And again, just depending on people's location or their skill sets, there's some easier parts and some harder parts.
Yeah.
What does it look like on the funding side? What's the bank and investors? How was that lining up?
Yeah, I think that because the land came so fast, that's taken a lot of our attention. But you need money to do the deal. So the banks have been honestly the best part, very communicative. We were shocked because to us, $4+ million is nothing to scoff at. And they were very supportive. There was a lot of support behind this kind of project, which frankly just surprised us. So we've secured at least 2 bank offers and term sheets. That happened fairly quickly and easily as well. And then as far as the funding, we have to raise our down payment for the SBA loan. So we have 100,000 committed out of our 600,000 that we need, and 200 to 300 more potential that we're currently in discussions with.
Yeah.
And all before we've really shared a ton, or we don't even have a website. I think it's shocking to us how people are finding out before we've really even put any effort into seeking them out.
Well, and also too, to piggyback, there's a lot of people that are very interested. Their eyebrow kind of goes up. Okay, what does this look like? Tell me more. So I think we've got a deep bench of those people that that we haven't even tapped into, and that's not doing the pitches and everything just yet. I mean, I think we just put a little teaser out on our social media, and people from church, people from our family, people I have no idea would be interested in it are coming up and are like, tell me more. I want to know how we can get in with this. I mean, people are trying to get jobs already. I mean, it's crazy,
That's awesome. How do you handle the credibility from the bank and from potential investors when they say, hey, you haven't done this before?
Really, we haven't had any pushback on that. I think from our, family and community side, they know us. I think they understand. They see us in life. They see us in real life, day to day, and they know us. So they trust us. I think with the banks, we do have a good amount of kind of background in the professional field. We do bring a lot of skills. We do have some security with our own, W-2 incomes. And really, we have not had a lot of pushback or questions on that. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And also, too, I think this isn't just a plan we drew up on a napkin or we woke up one Saturday morning and said, here we go. Like, we've got a vetted plan with you that we can actually show somebody's tangible. And I think that gets a lot of mileage for people, whereas it's, like I say, you're not just got an idea, you've got a full-fledged plan, execution, all the way through, and somebody to walk through it with you. So.
Yeah. So what was your, reaction the first time you walked through the mansions?
It is, I don't know, it made it real.
Yeah.
It really brought it to life. I mean, it's one thing to see it on video or on paper. It's another thing to actually walk it and see the space and the windows. The windows were probably the most impactful to me, at least.
Oh, yeah, all the light. It just feels open, airy, like a home. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that really made it real for us.
Yeah.
And we're people that, we were talking yesterday that, there's some people that can see a vision all the way through before they are even started. I think it really brought it home to us to actually see this is the finished product. This is what we could get to. Now we just got to go chase after it and get it done. So that was a huge benefit to me.
So how long have you been working with our team?
So we signed up at the end of February.
Yep.
So just over 6 months, I think.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You guys are moving along quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think what can't be understated is that you are never alone. From the moment you sign up, there is help, there's support, it is fast, it is real time. We're on a number of calls every week. There's ample opportunity for you to ask your questions. Where are you stuck? there's really no reason for us to ever feel stuck in our process. If we run into a question or a problem, it'll get solved quickly. We have the support.
Yeah, and I think the support from you guys, and then also the partnership, building out with some of these folks that are going along this journey too, is great, and pinging ideas off of them. Whereas, not to say that it's changed drastically from when you guys started, but it's real time with them too. What are they seeing in their pockets and all over the country? Because a build in Oregon is different to build in Virginia from Texas to the next. So that's been it's a camaraderie with a lot of people, and you don't feel like you're in it alone. I think we can find ourselves very easily feeling like an island independently, but really we're not. We're plugged in with you guys every week. Super quick responses on our crazy one-off questions that feel like they're unsurmountable, but they're easy enough because you guys have done them, and I think it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Is it daunting when you think about this task, and you I mean, I guess as you're trying to get started, is it too big to jump into, or are you able to break it into kind of bite-sized pieces and just focus on the first thing and then the second and the third? How does that look for y'all?
Yeah, I think having it taken in bite-sized pieces has been the biggest thing for us, because if you look at it on its face, it's a big animal, right? But once you get into it and once you realize, okay, well, rezoning sounds like such a big lift, but okay, maybe it's not. Maybe we can walk this through. We've got support from you guys. We've got help. The county, that's the other big thing too, is this is a huge need throughout the country, and you're helping grandmas and grandpas. Like, who doesn't want to do that? And I think so you get a lot of buy-in from that. So like you said, just one piece at a time, breaking it out, compartmentalizing it in here. Now, keeping all those moving at the same time can sometimes be challenging, but just knowing that it's easy enough. You just got to keep attention on them as you go.
Yeah. You touched on a little bit about the community and the other mansion builders here, right? And we're at this event. There's lots of teams here building across the country. What is it like, I guess, the community and the support and the camaraderie that you guys have?
Mm-hmm. It's surreal because you're on these calls every week and you see them on Zoom essentially, and you know them even though you've never met them. So these events are great because you kind of finally get to connect person to person. There's no awkwardness. You just run up and give them a hug, and they're just genuinely interested in where you're at. We can always find people who are in the exact same spot as us, or just ahead, or just behind, offer encouragement, get encouragement for where we are. So it's been really great to just connect, and I feel like almost a weekend's not enough to talk to everybody. But yeah, it's the camaraderie, it's the support that you get.
Yeah, that's awesome. So a little bit about numbers. What are your potential bed rates in your area?
So we're in a great area, just outside of DC, and a growing community. So our low end is 85, and we've seen up to 11. Especially when you get into end of life and memory care, and the bed need is significant too. So I think our county currently is 150 beds short at the moment, and then when you get to memory care, it's hundreds. Yeah. So we just really don't have the options in our area, and that is showing a demand in the price as well.
Yeah, and it's not just limited to your area, right? It's unfortunate across the country. We look at so many of these deals. There is such a huge need for memory care and end of life, and it's what is out there is done so poorly. It almost makes it an unfair advantage to us.
Yeah,
Come in, build this gorgeous mansion. We partner with people like you guys who have amazing heart that want to make a difference. You just need a plan, and then you guys are able to make a massive difference, help so many people.
Absolutely, yeah.
What does it look like, bottom line for you guys? Do you have an estimate of what the net profit would be monthly?
So the resources available through this program have been great at estimating that. So on the low end, we're pretty safely bringing home netting about $35K. At the high end, where we expect to be, honestly, we could bring into close to $55 a month.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
And that's on your just one building, right?
Just
That's
one
just the
building.
That's
Yep.
just the one for now.
And then you add another 50 on the second, another 50, and you get to
Multiplies
Yeah.
from
hundreds
there.
of thousands of cash flow a month.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, for anybody, that's crazy.
Life changing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yep.
that's exactly life changing.
Yeah. Man, I'm excited for you guys. You guys
Yeah,
are
we are
rock
too.
stars. You jumped right in. You're kicking butt. Any advice for people who have the same dreams and goals as you guys? Like, what should they do?
I would say lean in, despite what your judgment might say, because that's been one thing for me. I've had a limiting belief, and what about this, what about that, and that's why I married Shelly, to pull me forward in a lot of that. But it's also opened up a lot of doors, and I think if you don't take that first step, if you don't try it, the cliche Michael Jordan quote, if you don't, you miss every shot you don't take. I think if you do that and put yourself out there just enough, it multiplies and quantifies, and it just keeps going. You just got to hold on for the ride, and I think that's been great for us because, we've made great friendships, we've made great partnerships, we've learned so much, we've grown in ourselves so much, personally and entrepreneurially. So, my advice, kind of in a nutshell, is, just vet it out. You've got every question answered through your platform, through all that, and you can take and go down the rabbit hole for hours, because we did, and it will calm a lot of those storms inside of your head. Just lean in and try it, because you won't regret it.
Yeah.
And I would just say that it is a roller coaster. I know we've used easy. In certain stages have gone very easy for us, but it's not easy. Mm-hmm. It's a job, and sometimes you have to motivate yourself past the hurdles and past the struggles. But it's so worth it. Everyone we talk to just, has a story, and the impact is massive. So it is worth it. It's not easy, but it is a simple choice, and worth it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'm glad you kind of clarified that, right?
Yep.
You had one of 20 stages that hit right away, and that was easy, right? That doesn't mean the next 19 are. There's going to be ups and downs.
Right.
It's for your life, right? And you're going to do a massive life-changing deal. There is a bunch of resources online for free. You can go to the website, assistedlivingmansion.com. We have a bunch of free courses there. Check it out. And, you can be like these guys here, rock stars, kicking butt, attacking their own dreams and their goals. So I'm so glad you guys are on, and you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.